Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for oh my goodness, June the 2nd. That's right, very exciting stuff. Today is an interesting day in the way of the world. Basically, apologies for not getting a War Factory video out yesterday. I tried to turn on my computer in the morning, and nothing came up on the screens. And that was pretty much the end of my day. Stage 1, shoot stuff and then go to places and then run around things. Flare to basically where I flared, and you'll kind of naturally go in and take things out. Oh yeah, and it has like no hit points. So, Stage 2 has 29,000 hit points, give or take. And basically, it's a nice, easy, like, kind of follow the path around the right-hand side. And you might have to flare over near those boxes, and then basically it'll take things out. We're going to barrage this. And move on to Stage 3. Stage 3 has 71,000 hit points. So it's you know, pretty much, like, almost, well, more than double. I was gonna say triple, but more than double, which is a pretty impressive jump, which explains why Stage 3 is always like, oh my god, why so many hit points, guys? So anyway, yeah, yesterday I turned on my computer, and basically nothing came up on the screens. I was all worried, thinking, ah, crap, I've got, my video cards are fried, and this has happened, and that has happened, and long story short, after spending a good portion of the time I would normally use to post a video, I got everything fixed up because it was Act of Cat, and we will leave it at that. So, Stage 3, I kind of followed this first bank in to guide me towards the base, and also it should give you enough GBE that you can bomb down the boom cannon that is touching the base, and then eventually get a nice easy win and grab some loot. Also, I threw shocks there to kind of show you things that could be shocked together, just in case you wanted to know that information. Which takes us to Stage 4. Stage 4 has 300,000 hit points on that bad boy, and that beefy as crap boom cannon has 17,000 hit points. So, like, rough approximations, you know, give or take 10 or 20,000. Based on bad math. You know how it is. So, I went right-hand side, and I also landed medics with my boat of tanks because, though if you take the right-hand side, it's not an incredibly hard or scary path. Once you get up into, I guess, your final base killing position, it is a grindy as poo level. It really, like, I think there's 4 rocket launchers that just kind of rain down on you. And don't get me wrong, by all means, if you've got GBE, you can use GBE to start taking them out. You can throw shocks on them, you can throw extra medkits on your tanks, you can do all kinds of things. But really, a good old-fashioned pair, I guess it would technically be like 2 boats of medics. So, a good old-fashioned 2 boats of medics is what the doctor ordered. Now, my medics are level 11, which means they do 30 healing per shot or per second, or however that works, which is obviously a lot more than level 1, but my 4 medics doing 30 is a total of 120, which if you had 2 boats of 3 medics, you'd be doing that same amount of healing with level 1 medics. So that is, like, that level of healing is doable with obviously much lower troops. Moving on to Stage 5, which has 250,000 hit points, and no boom cannons or shock launchers. And I thought to myself, alright, we're gonna cruise right on in here. We're gonna have no boom cannons and shock launchers. It's gonna be a breeze. I'm gonna be swimming in GBE. I'm not even gonna know what to do with myself. Oh, this is so easy. I can't believe they're so nice at Supercell. No. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. I think this is maybe my third attempt at going, I guess, third attempt at the base. I think it's my first up the left side. Basically, what I was running into is my poor guys were getting the shit kicked out of them by everything, everywhere. Especially up at the HQ, when I finally was getting into kind of my HQ bombing position, I'd still have tons of like cannons and sniper towers and mortars just wailing on me, and I was like, all right, we gotta do something about this. So yeah, this attack, even though there's no like single massive defense you have to worry about, it's still a really crazy little freaking attack. And even with this, like, well-practiced, you can call it. I wouldn't call it well-practiced. It really wasn't practiced at all. But even with this third attempt being like, alright, what are we doing wrong here? I still ended up losing a tank, which is pretty vicious. If you normally can do stage 5, you may have to boost your, the big 3, if you would, just to be able to get through this level 5. And for that matter, you know what, even level 4 was pretty nasty. If you don't have medics, level 4 isn't for you. It's just kind of, unfortunately, the nature of the beast. I tried, I think, stage 4 3 times or 4 times without medics, and basically because it's so grindy, I could never really get to that magic spot that I wanted to get to, where, you wouldn't be losing 90% of your tanks. So, that all being said, stage 4 and 5, very, very tough. I definitely suggest, rather, boosting if you normally just squeak by in those stages. And then that takes us to stage 6, which has 400,000 hit points. The big, nasty boom cannon right next to, I guess, top right-hand corner, right next to the HQ, has 31,000 hit points. And those stupid shock launchers have like 35,000 hit points each. They're vicious, I'm telling you. It's crazy, the boost they got. So, what I did was land my troops on the right corner of the beach, and then I let them kind of drift over to the left corner, because there's a whole bunch of GBE to be gathered up here. I feel like if you go right in and just swoop around the right-hand side, unless, of course, you're boosting and you have the GBE to pull it off, it's not going to work out very well. So what I did was throw down some smokes to cover my tactical withdrawal. I'm not retreating, goddammit. I'm withdrawing tactically. Tactics. I'm pulling everything down into that bottom corner. And the reason I pull everything down into that bottom corner is, one, it gives my medics a few seconds, because some of my poor tanks were getting pretty low. It gives my medics a few seconds to start healing everything up that they need to heal up. Also, it lets everything kind of group up and go after the free GBE. And I'm also actually doing it here again to kind of run into the same deal, because I want my tanks to go in there as a solid force and really just punch those defenses right in the groinage. It's the only way that I can really take them out, I guess, because they have so many hit points. Okay. So basically, this is the part of the attack that you save up all your shock bombs and as much energy as possible for, because you start tossing those shock bombs down and pew-pewing at things, and you have to just sort of suck it up and accept that your tanks are going to get shocked. Well, half your wave of tanks takes out the HQ. The good news is, it's maybe not as clean as normally I would like, but it will get you the win, and really, that's what matters. Which brings us on to Stage 7, and Stage 7, man, when I looked at it, I thought for sure, okay, this is going to be a breeze. So Stage 7 has 440,000 hit points on the HQ, 35,000 hit points on the boom cannons, and 40,000 on that shock launcher. And by golly gee, I do the same thing. I kind of dropped down to the right-hand side on the beach when I attempted it. I went through things and tried to clear up and take out things, and I just could not do it. Basically, I ran out of time taking out that HQ. So hopefully you guys have better luck than I did. Hopefully you've made it this far in watching. Thanks very much for watching this far, and hopefully this helped you guys, and obviously, most important, have yourselves a great day.